All right, guys, so last one, and it'll be quick. This one is naming ionic compounds given the formula. So here we have MgF2, so that is going to be 1 atom of magnesium and 2 atoms of fluorine. That's what those subscripts tell us, how many atoms of each element are in that compound. We know it's ionic because it is a metal bonded with a nonmetal. So magnesium is a metal on the left-hand side of the table. Fluorine is a nonmetal on the right-hand side. Now, we know that this is one metal and this is one nonmetal. So this is not polyatomic. So we know it's going to end in IDE. So we have magnesium and we have fluorine. So again, when we're naming our ionic compounds, we always do the name of the metal first. So magnesium is going to be our first portion of our name, okay? Then we're going to name the nonmetal, and we are going to drop the ending and replace it with INE. Or IDE, I should say. Sorry, INE is the original ending of fluorine, but we're going to replace it with IDE. So we're going to have fluoride. Okay, so magnesium fluoride, that is the name of this ionic compound. Okay, and that is easy peasy lemon squeezy. So magnesium fluoride is the name of that compound. This one is going to be a little bit different. So here we have potassium, and then we have SO4. Okay, so this is our anion. So our cation is potassium, our anion is SO4. Now here's what I know about this. The SO4 is a polyatomic ion. I know it's polyatomic because number one, it's in parentheses, and number two, there are 2 capital letters, right? Because remember, every element has 1 capital letter or 1 capital letter and a lowercase. So when I see that there are 2 capital letters, this is going to be my indication that there are 2 elements here. So there's a sulfur and there's an oxygen. Actually, there's 4 oxygen. So I know that's polyatomic. So for my naming, I'm going to have to go to my polyatomic chart, which you guys have all been gifted. And remember, it was SO4, which is what we're looking for. So here you're just going to look for the polyatomic, and SO4, the name of SO4 is sulfate. Okay, so sulfate. So sulfate is going to be the second part of that naming. So let me just pull this back up. So just like with any ionic naming, our first one is going to be the metal. So we're going to have potassium. And then, of course, our second part is just the name of the polyatomic, which is sulfate. So potassium sulfate. So magnesium fluoride and potassium sulfate. Those are the names of these 2 compounds. And I'll type this one again. All right. And that is naming from a formula. A little bit easier than figuring out the formula from a name, but still incredibly necessary.